So in the previous class, we have discussed some basic terminologies of the economics that we have discussed, like interest rate. Okay, so we have two types of interest rate. One is the simple interest rate and compound interest rate. Okay, when the interest is accounted linearly to the principal amount, then it is called the simple interest rate. And when the interest is accounted over the interest of the previous periods, then it is called the compound interest. We have discussed some numericals on that, and also uh, we have introduced the accounting. Okay, so basically we are using two terms. One is economic, and second one is accounting. So economic is decision making in term of assets. Okay, if you have some assets and you are making some decisions about that assets in term of money, that is called economic. And accounting is the preparation of that record. Okay, preparation of the financial record is called accounting. Okay, then we have different terms in the accounting, different types of the accounting, like assets, liabilities, equities, revenue, and expenses. These are the basic terminologies of the economics. So we have discussed that assets are anything which have some value. So then it will be two types, either tangible assets or non-tangible assets. See, tangible assets are those which can be directly converted into money. For example, cash, machinery, buildings, vehicles, etc. And those assets which cannot be converted into money, that is called the non-tangible assets. Okay, for example, copyright of an organization or logo, name, brand. Okay, these are the assets which cannot be converted into money. उसको आप directly money में convert नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन उसकी वजह से कंपनी का एक नेम होता है, कंपनी का एक ब्रांड होता है, कंपनी का एक कॉपीराइट होता है, जिसकी बेस ये भी एक एसेट है ना, एक कंपनी का या एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, जिसकी वजह से उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है. अक्सर लिखा होता है ना, नाम ही कापी है. लोग क्या देखते हैं? ब्रांड को देखते हैं ना, नेम को देखते हैं. सो दैट इज आल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ एसेट. ठीक है. Then we have two types of assets. One is the current assets and fixed asset. ठीक है. Current asset ये are those.
हेलो सर.
जी
सर फ्रेड को बनजर ना राजी.
ताता बनजर नाराजी कटूल तो नाराजी.
सर राजी.
नूर इस्लाम, आपका इशू होगा, आप दोबारा लॉग इन हो जाएं.
ओके सर, ओके सर.
ठीक है. तो assets are of two types. Current assets and fixed asset and non-tangible assets. See, current and fixed assets are tangible assets. Mean current assets are those which can be converted into money within 1 year. Okay, and some assets are fixed. For example, building of the organization, which cannot be directly converted into money. Okay, yeah, for example, equipment. Building and equipments are land, okay, are some vehicles. These are the assets of the organization that can be converted into money. बट उसको आप अभी कन्वर्ट नहीं करें, बिकॉज कंपनी को तो आप खत्म नहीं कर रहे हैं ना कि बिल्डिंग को आप बेच दे और इक्विपमेंट को भी बेच दें. तो उसको फिक्स्ड एसेट्स कहते हैं, ये फिक्स्ड होते हैं. ठीक है. और करंट एसेट्स जो है, ये कैश होता है जो फ्लो करता है ना. आप चीजें खरीदते हैं, फिर उसको परचेस करते हैं, चीजों को परचेस करते हैं, फिर उसको सेल करते हैं, तो वो जो मनी है वो फ्लो होता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड द करंट एसेट्स. Okay, and non-tangible assets which cannot be converted into, we can say that money. Okay, and then we have the एक बैलेंस शीट होता है, ठीक है, जिसके जरिए ये सारी चीजें जो है आप समराइज्ड करते हैं ना, कि कंपनी का जो है एसेट्स कितने हैं या रिवेन्यू कितना है, एक्सपेंसेस कितना है, ठीक है, इसको जब आप समराइज्ड करते हैं या इसको जब आप अपने साथ नोट करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड दी बैलेंस शीट। ओके, इसको बैलेंस शीट कहते हैं। Also, we have discussed the tangible asset and intangible asset. So the value of tangible asset is depreciated with respect to the time. With respect to the time, the value of tangible assets is depreciated, and the value of intangible assets with respect to time is amortized. For example, if we have license of a company, okay, license, so the value of the license can be decreased with respect to the time. That is called amortization. And suppose if we have an equipment, for example, we have a machinery, with respect to its use, its value will be decreased, its cost will be decreased. That is called depreciation. Okay. So amortization, we have discussed these in the previous class. There's just a type of revision. So up to here, we have discussed the depreciation is the reduction in value of a tangible fixed asset. Okay, suppose if you are using that assets due to the damage, wear and tear in the asset, or for example, if new technology came into the market, or due to unfavorable condition, the value of the fixed asset, the value of the tangible assets will be reduced. This reduction in value is called depreciation. Okay, because with respect to the time when you are using an equipment, its value is decreased. Okay, that is called the depreciation. इसको depreciation कहते हैं। ठीक है, नाउ जो न्यू लेक्चर है वो यहां से स्टार्ट होगा। नाउ हाउ वी विल डिटरमाइन द डिप्रिशिएशन। ठीक है, तो we will discuss the different methods, there are different types of depreciation, that how you will calculate or you will practically quantify the depreciation in a specific tangible assets. Okay. नफीजुल्ला, that was just revision, उस वजह से मैं स्क्रीन मैक्सिमाइज नहीं कर रहा था। अभी न्यू लेक्चर अभी स्टार्ट हो रहा है, तो आई हैव मैक्सिमाइज्ड द स्क्रीन। ओके,
जी सर, ठीक है सर।
it was just a revision of previous lecture. Okay, those before going into the determination of the depreciation terms, again there are some terminologies which should be understandable to you people. First first cost or unadjusted basis. Okay, see, for example, if you are purchasing an equipment, yeah, if you are suppose buying a machinery or vehicle, so the first cost, that is the new cost, उसको भी आप कह सकते हैं। मीन जब एक चीज आप खरीदते हैं ना, तो उस टाइम पे उसका कास्ट क्या होगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड फर्स्ट कास्ट। उसको आप पी से रिप्रेजेंट कर ले या बी से रिप्रेजेंट कर ले। ओके, सपोज अगर आप एक मोबाइल फोन खरीदते हैं ना, सो एट द टाइम आप जब आप उसको खरीदते हैं, उस टाइम पे उसकी जो वैल्यू होती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द इंस्टॉल्ड कास्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड द इंस्टॉल वैल्यू, दैट इज कॉल्ड द फर्स्ट वैल्यू। ओके, दैट इज कॉल्ड द फर्स्ट कास्ट ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट, जो भी एसेट है। सपोज अगर आप बिल्डिंग खरीदते हैं, व्हीकल खरीदते हैं, if you are purchasing suppose an equipment or machinery, so its first cost, its cost at the time of purchasing, that is called the first cost. Okay, then see, with respect to the time, yeah, with respect to the uses, the value will be decreased. For example, if you have purchased an equipment, yeah, for example, if you have purchased a machinery at $1,000, okay, now for example, the lifetime of this machine is 10 years, okay, and after the lifetime, for example, you purchase that machinery in scrap, उसको कबाड़ पे फरोख्त कर लेना, उसको स्क्रैप में फरोख्त कर लें, for example, it give you $200, okay, so now you can see that you have purchased that equipment at $1,000, and at the end of its life you sell its scrap in $200. It means that at 10 year the value of that machinery is reduced by $800, by $800. So we can say that per year the value of the product is reduced by $80. This is called depreciation. This is called depreciation. Okay, now see the initial value, the first cost was $1,000. Now suppose you are finding out that after 3 years, what will be the value of that equipment? जी, अब बताएं. See, initial cost was $1,000. Every year क्या होता है? $80 उसकी value decrease होती है. तो after 3 years, what will be the value of that machinery? जी, जल्दी बताएं.
$760.
$760. Good. That is called book value. Okay, just understand the terminologies. First, we have the first cost. That is the initial cost. That is the installed cost. That is the new value. Then we have the book value. That is the remaining undepreciated capital investment in year T. Now, suppose we are interested that after 3 years, what will be the value of that equipment? So that is $760. So that is the book value. Okay. Recovery period, depreciable life of asset in year. See, the cost of the equipment is decreased from $1,000 to $200. Mean that is the end of the life. The equipment life is ended, and you have suppose sell it in scrap. So see, the value of this equipment is decreased by $800 in 10 years. This 10 year is called recovery period, because suppose if you have a manufacturing equipment, आप उससे कोई चीज जो है मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, तो 10 साल में उसकी वैल्यू $800 डिक्रीज हो गई. तो अब इन 10 साल में आप जो चीज मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं ना उस इक्विपमेंट से, तो उन मैन्युफैक्चर्ड प्रोडक्ट को ये $800 आप अकाउंट करेंगे. दैट विल बी द एक्सपेंसेस अकाउंटेड इनटू द मैन्युफैक्चर्ड प्रोडक्ट through that equipment, through that machinery. Okay, so see, ये $800 डिप्रिशिएट हुआ है. सो इस $800 को आपने रिकवर करना है फ्रॉम द मैन्युफैक्चर्ड प्रोडक्ट्स. ठीक है, जो इक्विपमेंट से आप जो चीज मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं ना, उन प्रोडक्ट्स को ये अमाउंट जो है ये आपने अकाउंट करना है, उनको आप उनसे आपने इसको रिकवर करना है इन 10 years. सो दिस 10 year is called the recovery period. Okay, then we have the market value. So amount realizable if assets were sold on open market. Okay, suppose you have purchased that equipment at $1,000. Now suppose if you sell it in open market, so how much value you will get? See, one is the book value, okay, and second one is the market value. There may be the difference between these two. सी, अगर आज आप एक मोबाइल खरीदते हैं ना 10,000 रुपए पे, कल आप उसको सपोज अगर सेल करते हैं तो वो 10,000 नहीं करते, वो सपोज 8,000 करते. दैट इज द मार्केट वैल्यू. समझ आ रहा है इस पॉइंट की? तो मेक द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज टू. वन इज द बुक वैल्यू व्हिच इज द अनडिप्रिशिएटेड रिमेनिंग अमाउंट आफ्टर सम टाइम. Like see, after 3 years, the undepreciable amount is $760. But suppose after 3 years, if you sell that equipment in the market, so what will be its value? Maybe it will be less than $760 or it may be greater than $760. Okay. Then we have the salvage value. Yeah, salvage value. See, that is estimated trade or the market value at the end of its life. So in this term, what is the salvage value? इनमें salvage value कौन सी है? See, at the end of the life, प्रोडक्ट की जो मार्केट वैल्यू होती है, प्रोडक्ट की जो स्क्रैप वैल्यू होती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? सल्वेज वैल्यू. तो सी यहां पे ये जो $200 है ना, दैट इज द सल्वेज वैल्यू. $1000, दैट इज द फर्स्ट वैल्यू, इनिशियल कॉस्ट, न्यू कॉस्ट, इंस्टॉल्ड कॉस्ट. यहां पे ये जो 760 आ रहे हैं, दैट इज द बुक वैल्यू आफ्टर 3 years. Okay, the recovery period is 10 years. The market value is, that will be determined from the market. Either it will be greater than 760 or less than 760 or 760. Salvage value is $200. And what is the depreciation rate? Gee, what is the depreciation rate? Rate will be in term of 1 year. So see, throughout the life, the value is depreciated by $800 and total life is 10 years. So the rate of depreciation is $80 per year. This is called rate of depreciation. Again, remember, we are representing, we are accounting the depreciation amount into the expenses in term of depreciation rate. Okay. Then we have other terms like personal property, that is the possessions of the company used to conduct business. Anything, building or cash or vehicles or employees which are involved in the running of a business, that is called the personal property of the organization. Okay. Then we have the real property, real estate and all improvements. Okay, land is not depreciable. For example, see, if you have buildings, if you have some land, so with respect to the time, the value of the land is not depreciated. वो depreciate नहीं होता. ठीक है, जमीन की जो वैल्यू होती है वो कम नहीं होती, with respect to the time वो increase होती है. ये पॉइंट याद रखें. That is called the real property. The thing जिसमें improvement आते हैं उसमें depreciation नहीं होता. ठीक है. Half year convention है, assumes assets are placed in service in mid year. Sometime in economics we are dealing for 1 year. We are accounting, we are summarizing, we are keeping records of the assets for 1 year. But sometime some money is entered in the organization or business at mid year. After 6 months वो फिर account होता है. That is called half year in convention. So ये term clear हो गए. First cost, book value, recovery period, market value, salvage value, and depreciation rate. Okay, depreciation rate. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now see, we have different methods, but we will discuss here 2 methods to determine the depreciation. First one is called the straight line method. Okay, so also known as the original cost method, fixed percentage method, that is also called the fixed installment method. See, each and every year the value of the assets will be decreased by some fixed amount, by some constant amount. Okay, so here you can see from the graph, suppose at this axis, if we plot the value of the product, the value of the machine, the value of the equipment, the value of the asset, and on horizontal axis, suppose we plot the time period, lifespan. Okay, so see, at time 0, when you purchase the equipment, when you purchase the machinery, So its value will be maximum, and that will be equal to what? New cost. Yeah, that will be equal to the first cost of the asset. Okay. Now suppose after 1 year the value will be decreased by this much amount. See, x1. Per second year the value will be decreased from the end of first year at a rate of x2. Per at third year, see, the value will be decreased, and this decrease per each and every year will be constant. Okay, हर साल एक फिक्स्ड अमाउंट उसकी वैल्यू डिक्रीज होगी. That is called the straight line method. Okay, and at the end of its life, suppose the life of the equipment is in year, suppose that is 10 year. So at 10 year the value will be, that will be equal to what? That will be the salvage value, that will be the scrap value. ओके, उसकी लाइफ खत्म हो जाती है ना, तो फिर आपने मशीनरी को या इक्विपमेंट को स्क्रैप में सेल करना होगा. सो दैट इज इट्स स्क्रैप वैल्यू, दैट इज इट्स salvage value. Okay, so you can see that the decrease in the value is fixed. ये linear है, straight line है. So for each and every year some fixed amount will be depreciated. Okay, and that depreciation rate, yeah, depreciation amount is equal to new cost minus salvage value at the end of life divided by useful life of the assets. See, as we have discussed in the previous example, suppose initially you purchased an equipment at $1,000, and at the end of its life, suppose you sold it at $200, and the lifetime of the equipment was 10 years. So the depreciation amount will be $80 per year. Okay, and in each and every year this $80 will be depreciated. Okay, yeah, the asset value will be depreciated by this $80 for each and every year. Okay, so this method is simple, mostly used and popular method. In equal amount is allocated per each accounting period. Okay, so see, suppose you have purchased the equipment, initially its cost was $1,000. So after 1 year its value is decreased by $80. Now remember, in this 1 year, suppose अगर ये एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इक्विपमेंट है, तो इस एक साल में इस इक्विपमेंट से आपने कितना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग किया हुआ है, कितने यूनिट्स आपने उससे मैन्युफैक्चर की हैं. सो दिस $80 विल बी अकाउंटेड एज अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉस्ट टू दैट यूनिट्स व्हिच यू हैव मैन्युफैक्चर्ड. समझ आ रही इस पॉइंट की? ये जो डिप्रिसिएशन कॉस्ट है ना, ये आपने रिकवर करना है, ये आपने अकाउंट करना है. जिस चीज से सपोज आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हैं, जिस चीज को आप मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं उसके ऊपर आपने इसको अकाउंट करना है. ठीक है. Now see, if the useful life of an asset is 5 years, it means that after 5 years you have to sold it on scrap, and the rate of depreciation will be suppose 20% if the salvage value is 0. So अगर एक इक्विपमेंट की लाइफ टाइम 5 years है ना, एट द एंड ऑफ 5 years उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी? 0 होगी. तो हर साल उसकी वैल्यू कितनी डिप्रिशिएट होगी? 20%. बाय 20% उसकी वैल्यू डिप्रिशिएट होगी, मीन एवरी ईयर. ओके, फर्स्ट ईयर 20% डिप्रिशिएट होगी, सेकंड ईयर 20% डिप्रिशिएट होगी, थर्ड ईयर 20% डिप्रिशिएट होगी, फोर्थ ईयर 20% डिप्रिशिएट होगी, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द फिफ्थ ईयर 20% डिप्रिशिएट होगी. तो टोटल 5 साल में उसकी जो 100% वैल्यू है दैट विल बी डिप्रिशिएटेड. ठीक है. सी, इफ द एसेट कॉस्ट इज 1 million, okay, then and depreciation rate is 20%, then per first year it will be 0.2 million, per second year it will be 0.2 million. Okay, per each and every year it will be 0.2 million, and per whole 5 year the whole value of the asset will be depreciated, which is 1 million. Okay, so this is straight line method, that per each and every year some fixed amount will be depreciated. Okay, now see, for example, a gas processor, his first cost of $20,000 with a 5,000 salvage value. So this is the value of the processor at the end of its life. And this $20,000 is its initial value, that is its first value. This is its new cost, and the lifetime is 5 years. Now we have to find out the depreciation, yeah, the value of the product after 3 years, and the book value after 3 years. Okay, now see, depreciation per 3 year, yeah, we can find out that depreciation per year 3, see, the initial value minus salvage value divide by 5, so $3,000 mean per each and every year $3,000 value will be depreciated of the processor. Okay, so for the first year 3,000 will be depreciated, per second year 3,000 will be depreciated, per third year 3,000 will be depreciated. Okay, now see the book value. Book value क्या है? That is the undepreciated amount ना. So अगर हर साल 3,000 depreciate हो रहा है, तो after 3 years what will be the value of the product? So see, 20,000 as the initial cost minus in 3 years 9,000 will be depreciated, so the book value will be $11,000. Okay, now see, the book value is equal to the first value minus the total depreciation at 3 years. So per year $3,000 depreciate हो रहा है, so 3 years में 9,000 होगा, so that is the book value. Okay, and you can plot it that initial the value was $20,000. After 5 years, the value will be $5,000. So just directly join these 2 points. That will be the plot. Okay. Clear? Clear हो गया?